In a typical church, discussions about heavier matters might be the subject for a session in the pastor's study. This is true even in the catacomb chapel of St. Uriel, no matter how different our ministries might be from your typical parish. And let's see what we might find in a very different pastor's study.
Merry meet, blessed be. Depending on how you got here, I'm Hayden Odinson, High Priest of the Temple of Gaia, or Bishop Cal Lippitt of the Universal Episcopal Church, and also of the Universal Gnostic Fellowship, House of Independent Bishops, and a couple other places that, oh well. People used to wave various titles and degrees in front of me and expecting me to be impressed with them. No. I was more interested in what they had to offer. And speaking of what people had to offer, I got a visitor here. Come here. This is Claire. She came knocking on our door 2 years ago. At Samhain, Halloween. As a matter of fact, we were just having our Samhain gathering for Temple of Gaia. And she came. Jumped up on the screen, held on. And she's been a part of our family ever since. She's one of a few four-footed children that we've got. But she's having a dispute with Aurora, who considers herself the queen. But it does illustrate something. And this is a good time to talk about giving thanks, because you're getting ready to have Thanksgiving dinner if you're living in the United States, and there's probably some sort of a Thanksgiving occasion wherever you are. And certainly giving thanks is a good thing to do, especially in regards to the divine, regardless of the name or number or gender of your deities. Yeah. Now, of course, one of the things about a blessing, a gift, or whatever, is receiving it. Now, that little kitty that I just showed you, Claire, once upon a time, she was a kitten who'd spent her entire life on the streets. She wasn't quite a year old, I don't think, when she first walked in our door. I can't say that we got her, because she got us. She chose us. But adopting an animal means being thanked every day. And she sure is a demonstration of that. They receive what they were given, and let it be known how happy they are with it. Yeah. Now, what can we look at in another direction? Well, I can think of a number of young boys between the ages of 6 and, I don't know, 10, 12, thereabouts, who will think of a shirt as something that Mom drags you to the store for in the late summer as a part of the back-to-school ritual. And that's about it. So what do you do when it's birthday or Christmas? And once again, Grandma sends you a nice looking box, all nice and beautifully wrapped. But you just know inside of it is a shirt. A shirt that you'll wear to school. Now, I understand that young girls have a little bit of a different attitude sometimes about clothes. I know the attitude that I had towards clothes, unless it was something particular, like something for my Cub Scout uniform. Something like that. No. If it was something that it was just going to be one of those things that I wear to school, ho hum. So, what's another shirt? On the other hand, what happens when Grandma realizes that she and you have some mutual interests? And so, you've got an interest in coin collecting, and here comes an illuminated magnifier so that you could really get a close look on something. Yeah. Well, once upon a time I would get dragged regularly to a particular church that I didn't particularly like, but I did like the person who dragged me there, and so I went. And I remember the pastor there was always talking about the Lord loves a cheerful giver. Well, I know what he was really talking about. Meaning, be happy with the money that you put in the plate. Well, I'm going to tell you something even bigger, even more important. Nothing pleases a deity more than a happy receiver of a gift or a blessing. Yeah. Nothing would please a deity more. The divine, regardless of names, gender, whatever, whether you're talking about the Judeo-Christian God or anybody else, Thor, Odin, Krishna, they don't need our thanks, but they like it. They enjoy it tremendously. And I am quite certain that nothing pleases them more when one of us recognizes where a gift came from, or a blessing, or something like that, and we direct our thanks in what we hope is the right direction. Yeah. Works that way for people, too. I remember when I was 12 years old, and there was a girl of the same age, and I was beginning to know what it was like to appreciate people of my age of the other gender. Her in particular. She and her family took me through a rather rough time in my life. Her in particular. She could always find a way to make me smile. And that year for Christmas, I got a nice little heart-shaped heart-shaped pendant for her on a gold chain with her name engraved on one side and something personal engraved on the other. And I remember for several years I would feel something special anytime I would see her wearing it. Especially when she would put it on and we were going out on a date. As time grew on. So yeah, I can tell you, when somebody really receives a gift, it feels good. When somebody really receives a gift and you can see that they're so glad to have it. So why wouldn't the divine? Exactly. Nothing pleases the divine more than a gift gratefully received, happily received. I was talking about that in The Secrets in Plain Sight, but you know, sometimes you don't have the time that you'd like to say all that you'd like. So I wanted to throw this in here. And besides, some of you might not see The Secrets in Plain Sight, or hear, I should say. May not have heard The Secrets in Plain Sight yet, and, well, this is a case of, it's like the professor who happens to mention something in a discussion group. Why? Because it was one of those where the professor will repeat it again and again, or will preface it with those infamous words, if you don't get anything else out of this course, understand this. And so you know you're going to see it again. If not in life, at least on the final exam. So, there's something for you to ponder. And I'll see you next week. Blessed be. This has been a presentation of the Wise Ones Net. Merry part and blessed be.